One Piece chapter 1023 just got released, and what a crazy chapter this week. Oda's been on a roll and Onigashima has been phenomenal. In this video I want to discuss one specific element of the chapter, and that is Zoro's lineage. As Zoro is fighting King, we have Hyogoro and Kawamatsu on commentary. Hyogoro states that Zoro is a spitting image of Shimotsuki Ushimaru, the former daimyo of Ringo. Ushimaru is also the direct descendant of Ryuma.
But wait! There's more!
And Ryuma is revealed to be a one-eyed swordsman just like Zoro. The parallels between these characters is undeniable, and there is a lot to unpack here. Let's revisit the history of the Shimotsuki clan and the region of Ringo. In chapter 953, Kawamatsu provides details on Ringo's history and culture. When a person is born in Ringo, they are given a katana and live with it during the course of their life. When they die, it is used as a grave marker. Ryuma's grave was marked by the legendary sword Shusui, which Moria stole 23 years ago. Swordsmanship is embedded into the culture and the people of Ringo, and a particular person of interest that lived in Ringo is the legendary swordsmith Shimotsuki Kozaburo, who forged two of the 21 great swords, Enma and Wano Ichimonji. In a SBS from volume 96, Oda details the history of this man. 55 years ago, he illegally departed the country of Wano with some samurai to have a grand adventure. They land on an island in the East Blue and save some locals from mountain bandits. The villagers are impressed by the samurai's strength and start training under them. Kozaburo and the samurai settle down in the East Blue and create the Shimotsuki village. Later on, Kozabure's son Koshiro is born, who eventually has a daughter, Kuina. Wano Ichimonji was passed down through Kozabure's family and was eventually given to Zoro upon his request after Kuina's death. Enma was initially gifted to the Kozuki family and was prominently used by Oden and given to Zoro by Hiyori. So, looking back, most of Zoro's swords have originated from Wano. Wano Ichimonji, Enma, Shusui, Sandai Kitetsu are all from Wano, but we don't know where Yubashiri originates from. Zoro's connection to the country of Wano has always been present in the story, and chapter 1023 makes this fact even more concrete. I want to unpack Zoro's family history. Although not much is known, we can deduce a few things. Firstly, I don't think that Ushimaru is Zoro's father, because the timelines don't match up. Ushimaru was still present in Wano 20 years ago, serving as a daimyo during Oden's execution, and Zoro was born 21 years ago. So Zoro's Shimotsuki lineage is not from the paternal side, therefore it has to be from the mother's side. I think that Zoro's mother and Ushimaru were siblings, therefore making him Zoro's uncle. So 55 years ago, Zoro's mother departed Wano to go on a grand adventure. But why did she leave in the first place? Let's look back on history. During the feudal era of Japan, which is the inspiration for Wano, the men and women of the samurai class had different roles. The men were warriors and spent their time training, engaging in battle, and educating themselves on Bushido. The women, on the other hand, were expected to stay at home and manage all of the household affairs. Zoro's mother was probably not interested in following the traditional roles of a woman and was more adventurous, hence why she left with Kozaburo 55 years ago. These samurai settled down in the East Blue and started families, and Zoro naturally took his father's name, who is from the Roronoa family. In the chapter, Kawamatsu states that Ushimaru and Zoro handled the sword in similar ways. Zoro trained under Koshiro, who was trained by his father Kozaburo, so I think the similarities stem from the fact that Kozaburo also trained Ushimaru before he left Wano. Kozaburo was a legendary swordsman himself, and in volume 96, Oda confirms that Zoro learnt the word Tsunachi from an old man in his village. This man was confirmed to be Kozaburo. Okay, so that was a lot. Let's do a quick summary. As of chapter 1023, this is Zoro's family tree. Ushimaru and Zoro's mother are direct descendants of Ryuma. Zoro's mother is a Shimotsuki who left Wano 55 years ago and married a man from the Roronoa family. Ushimaru is Zoro's uncle, hence why they look similar, and they were trained either directly or indirectly by Kozaburo. In the chapter, Oda also focused on the similarities between Ryuma and Zoro. Both are one-eyed swordsmen who have wielded shusui. Back in Thriller Bark, Brook even mentioned that Ryuma and Zoro are the same kinds of swordsmen with the same power. Ryuma's corpse also had one eye covered by bandages. Swordsmen from the Shimotsuki clan also seem to have a preference towards a power-based fighting style, which overwhelms their opponents. Oda was foreshadowing and hinting at Zoro's ancestry this early on in the time skip. This just shows the amazing levels of planning and setup that is present in the story. During Wano's golden era, Ryuma was known as the sword god. He slayed a dragon that flew over the flower capital and protected the country from outsiders. I still believe that Luffy will be the one to defeat Kaido, but with the number of parallels that Oda is hinting at, I wouldn't be surprised if Zoro cuts Kaido and gives him a third scar. This would make Zoro the only person to have scarred Kaido multiple times. The final hit will always belong to Luffy, but the people of Wano will have witnessed the rebirth of Ryuma, and it would signal the end of Kaido and Orochi and the beginning of the dawn that the Straw Hats will bring forth. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.